Hi everyone, thanks for coming. My name's Colton Rice. I work for Quivers. I'm the marketing manager there. Today the topic is the role of physical retail in the roaring 2020s, tools and strategies for excellence. I'm going to go through some slides, but mostly I want this to be really conversational. We're going to have some time to chat at the end. So think of any questions that you want to hit me with towards the end of the presentation, and we'll go from there. So that's me wearing the exact same outfit as I am right now at Big Gear Show. Thanks for Heather for putting this on. We're really excited to be here. I'm stoked to be presenting again for this show. So I want to talk about specialty commerce really quick. Specialty commerce, in our definition, is basically what this is right now. It's highly specialized product that generally needs a little bit more. It's a little more involved, right? They're not commodities. They're things that people do a lot of research on. It's product that people are very educated on. It takes some skill to use, to install, that sort of thing. So bike accessories really fit that bill. We also work a lot with ski, sorts of things where you need an expert to probably set it up. There's a lot of education involved in the product. That's where dealers and retailers really excel. You need that experience with the customer to help educate them, help teach them what they need. That's what we decide to call specialty retail. It's usually high-end gear. We'll just run through these real quick. High-end, carefully crafted. You know, this isn't packaged products or toothbrushes. This is highly technical product that people really do a lot of research on. Specialty retail, brands, and consumers. So what does that mean? Basically, this sort of thing, specialty products, you guys have very unique ways of selling this product. I was just at the Sell Italia booth. They have those demo saddles that basically they're so specialized and they're so curated and custom to the consumer and what they need. You have very unique ways of selling stuff. Those demo saddles that basically you have a customer be able to sit on a lot of different stuff. That's just an example of different tools that you guys need to sell your products in store. So basically what I'm trying to say here is you need specific strategies and tools to sell these products. And using that example, obviously not to pitch Quivers too much, but we are one of those tools, and we're going to talk to you about how we can help you guys sell more stuff, basically. Today we're going to talk about specialty consumer behavior. Basically, so for brands, and especially in the bike industry, customers have a really specific product affinity. They do a ton of research, and usually that research starts online. I specifically remember the first bike that I thought was like, this is the best bike I've ever ridden. It was an Ibis HD4. I will always remember that bike. And that is one of those things where customers who have such an affinity towards that product, they just always will remember. They have brand awareness and brand, there's a lot of affinity towards the brands that they love. And I feel like the bike industry is very conducive to that. Specialty brands are spending big on marketing. As a shop, actually, raise of hands, how many people are from shops here in the audience? Shops. What are you guys shops back here too? So I'm pretty much talking to shops here. This is a really interesting opportunity where brands spend a ton of money on marketing, and you guys can capitalize on that to sell more products in your stores. And we'll talk about that as we get through these slides. But even if brands aren't selling direct to consumer, you guys can still leverage that marketing to move more products on a dealer level. And it starts with the customer and the consumer shopping for that bike. And we're going to talk about the consumer journey a little bit. Yeah, this quote, "Don't fight the tide, learn to surf." So we're just going to go through some bad news really quick. Specialty consumers are always starting their journey online. As much as we don't possibly like that as a dealer, it's always happening. And with product that is so specialty product that we talked about earlier, there's so much education happening, so much learning happening. They're all going to the brand's website to get specs, information on the bike. It all starts on the brand website. What we do next is the really interesting part. Consumers let's not beat around the bush. Consumers are there to buy, not just learn. So they're ready to make a purchase on the internet. They have their card out. They're ready. It's up to the brand whether they sell direct to consumer or through a dealer network. And brands are going for it. So long as they can find a dealer button at checkout it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because the brand can sell, it can direct a customer to a shop, but it's not necessarily plugged into your guys' inventory. So how do you know if you have that in stock? You don't want to send a customer on a wild goose chase. If you send them there and it's not there, that's a pretty bad experience. So what we do, what we don't want to do is fight with brands. These are, I've had a lot of examples of where, a brand goes direct to consumer, a dealer or a shop basically sees that as competition, but it doesn't need to be competition. They're spending all this marketing and you guys can capitalize on that. Don't try and change the consumer behavior. It's happening online. That's just how it is these days. And we don't want conflict with brands or consumers, so we need to meet them where they are shopping. So this is where we're talking about collaborative strategies. This is how you guys can partner with brands to capitalize on their marketing and sell more in your shop wholesale. We call this distributed order fulfillment. Basically monetizing your floor space in your stockroom. We connect brands and retailers' inventory. A really cool thing that we just launched is a ship-to-store model where if a customer is making a purchase on a brand website and your shop doesn't necessarily have that in stock, the brand can ship you that product, capture the sale, and you guys can fulfill that product sale and make the sale on the floor, even if you don't have it in stock in your shop. And we think that's really cool because you can offer an entire product catalog without necessarily having to buy it or have it on the floor in your store, which is, we think, pretty awesome. Consumer purchases on a brand's website are routed to local retailers for fulfillment. So how many of you, show of hands, have participated in a buy online, pick up in store situation where you buy a product on a brand website, you go down the street to pick it up? Quite a few, okay, at least half of us probably. Local stores, when they are notified of a sale on the brand's website, they just pick it and get it prepared for however the customer wants to come pick it up. Like I just said, the ship-to-store model, if a customer goes on the brand website, makes a purchase, and at checkout chooses buy online, pick up in store, but you don't have it, the brand can just ship you that item and you make a sale anyway, even if you don't have the inventory. So basically, this is a whole new revenue stream that you might not have yet, and it's fully capitalizing on the brand's website and the brand's marketing. You guys don't have to spend an extra dime or anything. It's really just another channel to sell more product, basically, that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. The other thing, too, is it de-stresses your fulfillment or your inventory holdings. If you have a lot of product, it's another channel to move that product, make larger wholesale purchases, which is great for the brand. Everyone kind of wins in that situation. And then we're also talking about in-store curbside. And this is where I think it's really interesting for the bike industry, because if someone makes a purchase online on a brand's website and they come into the shop, there's a good chance that what they purchased needs some tailor fitting, or if it's a rack, help putting the rack on their car. If it's a bike fitting. If it's a helmet, it's making sure that their head doesn't look like a mushroom, that sort of thing. When they're having that experience in the shop, it's an interesting situation because this is very specialty gear. You can come into the shop and make sure it fits right. You guys get foot traffic that you wouldn't have access to. There's upsell opportunities. Really, the advantages are pretty numerous. So we've all heard of dealer locator. The brand checkout cart shows nearby retailers for available pickup based on this is where we're unique. We actually plug in to your inventory, so the customer doesn't have to guess if it's in your shop. We know it's in their shop. We can capture the sale, and that sale is kicked back to the shop in real time, and you guys make a sale from the brand's website. This is the good news. Specialty consumers want to buy online, but also want and need that in-store experience. We talked about this at the big gear show quite a bit, where brands And brands still need retailers big time. Like I said, with the product fit, the customization, you guys are shops, you guys are working on their bikes. They still very much need you, even more than ever. Brands cannot provide this sort of customer experience, in-store pickup, that sort of thing, without local shops. So just keep that in mind. They need you more than you think that they do. They want that in-store experience. I know that I keep going to my local bike shop because, one, I love going into my local bike shop and just like talking about bikes with people. I'm jazzed up about it. I fought to come to this show so I could do this and talk about bikes. But there are unique services like service installations, fitting, customizations, that sort of thing. That's where you guys can really, really excel, upsell the product, and make a valuable long-term customer, hopefully, which is a cool opportunity. So this slide is wait, does in-store pickup really work? And with our point of sale inventory sync, like I had mentioned, we know exactly your inventory holding. We can offer that product for sale using the brand's marketing on the brand's website. Customer can buy it from you even if they don't know it's from you. They make a purchase, you guys get a sale if you're their local shop. It's a hyper-localized experience. You know, we base it on their zip code. They put in their zip code, your local shop is one of their local options. They pick it up. They are now a long-term customer with your store. Hopefully that makes sense. I kind of blew through that a little bit. But usually with other systems, you have to manually input your spreadsheets. This way, you don't you set it and forget it. You just plug in, and you're done. You just have a new avenue for revenue, basically. Major chains even have issues with this problem, but luckily we have solved it. This is the ship from store option. Much like in-store pickup, like I had mentioned, the ship from store is really exciting because you don't actually have to hold any of that inventory. If we are plugged in with ship to store, especially with our new plugins, if you don't have that item and a customer wants to buy it on a brand website, they choose pickup in store, and the inventory is not there, our system will automatically make that purchase order. It goes right to your store. You just basically made a sale for an item that you don't have, which pretty cool. The transaction again takes place on the brand's website, but it's fulfilled locally at your local bike shop. So that's the ship to store option. It's really interesting, and that's how we basically allow retail shops to capitalize on brand marketing, brand website. Everyone's working together. The brand's selling more wholesale. You guys are selling more retail. Everyone's really psyched. The software automates the B2B purchase. The brand basically drop ships. That's kind of what we're talking about here. And then the brand can serve the ship-to-store option to consumers with greater frequency than in-store pickup. And again, that's without stocking pressure. And a fun fact about in-store pickup and BOPIS, buy online, pickup in store, is that a recent survey showed that 50% of consumers who are shopping online base whether they're going to shop in a certain place based on if they can do buy online, pickup in store. If they don't have buy online, pickup in store, there's a 50% chance that they abandon their cart and everyone loses a sale. So no one wants that. Offering a ship to store situation like this to increase cart or decrease cart abandons by 50% is kind of a big deal. D2C isn't the holy grail, and ship to store is huge. That is just the culminating message for that slide. This is another really cool opportunity when you guys work with brands on this sort of level, on an inventory level. Endless aisle. This is somewhat similar to ship to store, but basically the only difference is the transaction takes place in the store. Regardless of inventory position, if someone comes in and they see a jersey that perhaps it's not the color they want, but they know the fit, they can pay you for the jersey, and then the brand basically will ship it to your store, and then the customer you've already captured that sale. So if you don't have that inventory, make the sale, PO to the brand, drop ship, you just made a sale for an item you don't have. Again, pretty cool to not have to stock an entire catalog, because we know that's really hard to do, especially with limited floor space. So this drop shipping, endless aisle, ship to store situation is, we think, pretty game changing. You can also set this up to sell on, how many of you guys have your own websites for your bike shops or your retail stores? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, about half of us. So this also works for your website. Your website can list the entire product catalog. You can capture the sale for that product that you might not actually have inventory in. It's just all automated in the background. The brand sends you that item wholesale. You make the sale MSRP. So, yes, good stuff. Wow, I really went way too fast. Sorry, I realized I was talking very quickly. But basically, we made this solution to allow brands to sell direct while including retailers, dealers, local bike shops in the process and not cut them out. We recognize that a big problem with not wanting to sell direct to consumer was that they don't want to upset their dealer network, and that's why Quivers was born, to really meld the two. It's not retailers versus brands, it's brands and retailers working together to sell wherever the customer wants to buy, whenever and wherever they want to buy. So capture the sale on a brand website, capture it in your store. When you work together with the brand and you all know everyone's inventory position, you can pretty much make a sale for anything whenever you want. And that's what we think is really cool. You can sell beyond your catalog. You can sell, the brand can sell online and you guys get a sale, or you can sell in a store for something that you might not even have in stock. I hope this has made sense. I'm going to open it up to questions. This is where I really thrive, and we learn a lot talking to you guys in stores. And like, our platform doesn't work unless we can get you guys excited about it. So I would love to open it up for any questions. I've been staring at you guys, so I hope you have mostly I've been staring at your Rad shirt because that's one of my favorite movies, and I have a Rad hat that I didn't wear because it's beat up. But anyway, if you guys want to talk about bikes, I would also be really excited to talk about bikes. So does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir. Right, so the question was, what are some of the brands that have adopted this platform? And I will say, we are pretty new to the bike industry, and this is where you guys can come in. If you guys think this is a cool thing and you talk to your reps and be like, hey, like, we think the brand should be on the platform, it's completely free for retailers to be on here, but where we got our start was in ski. So we have pretty much every major ski brand. A lot of this, the way we got into bikes was because a lot of ski shops are bike shops in the summer. Are you guys in that sort of boat? Yeah. Yeah, so it was a pretty natural transition for us. I will say, without disclosing too much, we are talking with some major bike brands that I can't disclose at the moment. But again, for local bike shops and retailers, it is completely free to be on the platform. You just go on, sign up, upload your inventory, and you can start. You can even invite your brands from the platform, be like, hey, we are on Quivers. We would love to fulfill orders for you. We make it very easy to communicate with them. But yeah, I mean, as far as I can disclose all of our ski brands, we have K2, Marker, Vocal, Dabello, Rosignol, like you name it, Fisher, everybody. So for bike, yeah, so Scott Sports is our main one right now. We have Scott. They do skis and bikes, so that was a pretty easy upsell for us. But it's working really well. They run their employee purchase and pro stores through us as well. And again, those get fulfilled through dealers. So everything includes dealers and everything. But yeah, we had a couple other brands here. KMC Chains was on. And then, we're talking with some other people I can't talk about. But when they are on the platform, you will be notified. So if you're already on there and you see that the brand is on there, you can just connect. Be like, boom, connect with this brand, and you can automatically just start fulfilling orders for them. So, yeah, great question. We're working on it. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Anyone else? Oh, come on. No? Okay. What bike do you ride? What mountain bike do you ride? Felt? Which one? Decree? Nice. Is that the one with the checkered carbon fiber layup? That's the one. I have the green. Nice. Well, we all got bills to pay. So, yes, sir. What POS systems do I recommend? We work really well with Lightspeed. You guys use Lightspeed? Man, checking boxes. Love it. Yeah, Lightspeed is the, we just made an integration with them. They're super easy to work with. They're great. We work on other e-commerce platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, pretty much any of the major ones, but I would recommend Lightspeed. Smart e-tailing, yeah, we love those guys. Yeah, I've been on a panel with them. I would very also highly recommend them. Yeah. We are currently working on integrations, so the goal is to work with everyone, but we only have so many developers. So yeah. Anyone else? Anyone in the back? Anyone on the corners? No? Okay. Just you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Great. What's up, man? Did you catch the presentation? That's okay. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I did it really quickly, so I'll do it all over. Where do you work at a shop, or who do you work for? Bike warehouse in San Diego. Cool. Basically, we were just talking about how your shop can work with brands and work on ship to store and buy online, pick up in store situations, and the brand can capture a sale on their website, but since you're fulfilling it, your shop will make the sale leveraging the brand's marketing. So you don't have to do anything. You basically just sold something that you wouldn't have sold otherwise. So we think it's really cool. Happy to talk with you. If you were late, we can talk about it later if you'd like. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Love California. Super nice. We got 14 inches of snow in Utah yesterday, so I think my bike season's pretty much over. But, that's the way it goes. Now it's ski season, so. All right, cool. Well, I hope you guys found this informative. We're really jazzed up. I realized I flew through some of these slides and talked about it very quickly, but we think it's cool, and we've seen a lot of success with ski shops doing this sort of thing. And I think it translates very well to bike shops. So stay tuned. We're going to get more brands on, and then you guys can start fulfilling online orders through your shops and hopefully have a whole new channel of sales. So thank you for coming.